Despite reform efforts, the San Francisco Police Department still has a long way to go to end racial profiling. A new progress report shows that San Francisco police stopped, searched, and used force on black people significantly more often than any other race in 2021.
Police Chief Bill Scott presented these findings at the Board of Supervisors meeting earlier today, and Crown 4's Taylor Bisacky joins us now live from the newsroom. So, Taylor, disturbing findings. What did board members have to say after hearing this?
Well, Grant, as you can imagine, the board was frustrated and very troubled by this update, and many of them had questions about what's going wrong with the police department's current reform procedures, since they already completed a majority of the nearly 300 reform recommendations from the state Justice Department.
That gray line with the trend line is the stops of black African American, that demographic, and you can see a pretty steep decline from 2018 to now, the last quarter in 2021, but it's not enough. The disparity rate is still higher per capita than any other demographic, and even though there's been a significant decline, we have a lot of work to do in that area.
San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott presented the findings at Tuesday's Board of Supervisors meeting. The report was made public by the state's Department of Justice after it recommended nearly 300 reforms in 2016 following several police-involved deaths, including the 2015 killing of Mario Woods. While SFPD completed hundreds of those reforms with just 27 left to finish, Board of Supervisors President Shaman Walton says something's not right with the reform.
It means that something is definitely not aligning. And so with the 27 recommendations that remain in progress, it seems to me that those are actually the recommendations that would change a lot of the dynamic.
Last year, black people were stopped at an average rate of nearly 39 times per 1,000 residents, compared to an average of 7 times per 1,000 residents for white people. Black people were also 10 times as likely to be searched compared to white people. And while there was an overall decline in police use of force incidents, use of force on African Americans was 12 times more likely than on white people.
There are still some disparities in those numbers that we need to address, and we're going to continue to work to address. But the trend line is really a step in the right direction.
Chief Scott says the holdup on the remaining 27 reforms mainly has to do with a lack of technology support. While the police, board, and others chimed in with suggestions to solve these issues, senior staff attorney at Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights, Tiffany Resselmoyer, says city leaders will have to find new solutions.
It's been for many decades where law enforcement have talked about community policing or just putting more people of color on the law enforcement staff. And that doesn't help, not in the ways in which people are asking for changes to happen. And so think outside the box here and get creative instead of repeating the same practices that have been shown to fail.
While there has been some progress in decreasing the overall number of these incidents, the Attorney General's office finds that the racial disparities are very concerning. They continue to urge the department to collaborate with community members, groups, and academics. Live in the newsroom, Taylor Bisacky, Crown 4 News.
Thank you, Taylor. California has not done enough to